A violent Louisiana storm. Lightning cracks across a plantation house. Rain splashes against marble steps shining like wet bone. The official records say he died of a heart attack. But the real truth was scrubbed clean from every Louisiana archive. A trembling old man gasping in the dark. Claw marks appear on the wooden walls behind him fresh. Because before the master took his last breath, something in this house was already taking his sanity. Slow motion calloused hands, dragging a 400-pound sugar barrel across a muddy field. His name was Etienne, a Creole-born servant too light to be accepted by the enslaved, too dark to be accepted by the masters. A man trapped in a world that saw him as nothing but property. His back never healed. His shoulders bent like broken branches. His eyes carried more storms than the Louisiana sky. And yet he listened more than he spoke. Because the servants knew Etienne's silence was louder than fear. He woke before sunrise to the smell of burning cane, metal shackles still warm from yesterday's heat, rope fibers cutting into skin that never stopped bleeding. The marble stairs of the master's house were always cold, cold enough to remind him that he did not belong to himself. And every night, when the fields went quiet, Etienne would hum an old Creole tune. A melody the elders said could call the spirits of the bayou. There were whispers among the servants, a symbol carved under the sugar mill stone, a lantern that flickered whenever the master lied, a mirror in the hallway that cracked without reason. The elders believed Etienne spoke to something in the cane fields, something older than the plantation itself. He left coded signals in places only the brave would look, a leaf folded in half, a bone tied with string, a circle drawn in ash. It meant one thing: justice comes. But justice arrived sooner and bloodier than anyone expect. One stormy night, the master caught Etienne resting, just resting, after dragging a barrel no human body should carry. Enraged, he struck him down on the marble steps. Etienne's skull hit the stone with a crack that echoed through the entire house. The master ordered an unmarked burial before sunrise. No prayer, no witness, no name. They thought the story ended there. It didn't. The next night, the master awoke to the sound of chains dragging across the hallway, but the servants were locked away. The second night, muddy footprints appeared on the marble footprints shaped like Etienne's. By the fifth night, the house refused to stay still. Chairs slammed against walls, lantern flames twisted sideways, windows cracked without wind, and the master. He stopped sleeping altogether. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Etienne standing at the foot of his bed, dripping rainwater. Eyes filled with storms, the Creole melody humming behind him like a funeral dirge. Doctors called it madness, priests called it guilt. But the servants knew the curse had awakened. The man who once walked with arrogance could no longer climb his own marble stairs. The man who commanded slaves with a whisper now screamed at shadows that no one else could see. His wealth rotted. His voice cracked, his heart failed. And on the night he died, neighbors claimed they heard two voices, one begging for mercy, and one humming a Creole lullaby that rose with the wind, and then vanished forever. The plantation was abandoned. Locals still say you can hear the melody whenever a storm hits the bayou. Some say Etienne's spirit finally found justice. Others say the master died from fear-not ghosts. But what do you believe? Was justice finally served? Was the haunting real? Or the weight of guilt? Should stories like this be taught in history books? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, some truths refuse to stay buried.